You're listening to the Values and Leadership Podcast, where business leaders share their stories of purposeful impact and success.
Hello and welcome to the Values and Leadership Podcast, the podcast for innovative leaders who want to apply new ways of doing things in work to grow themselves, leave a remarkable legacy, and have a purposeful impact in their lives and the lives of others. I am your host, Ahmed Arif. I invite corporate owners, corporate leaders, thought leaders, academics, and advisors who practice participative leadership and love to share their positive life and business experiences, their sense of direction, sense of meaning, and how they challenge their thinking in growing their business and the people around them to their next best stage. Today, we have a special guest. We have Dr. Oleg Konovalov. He has been named as the Vinci of Visionary Leadership by many leading authorities of our time. Dr. Oleg is helping companies to create and execute their vision, diagnose and treat organizational diseases, maintain a strong, productive corporate culture, and achieve superior business performance. Oleg sees every organization as unique and strongly believes that most of his clients' problems can be solved by shifting pattern paradigms and applying tailor-made solutions. Oleg is on the Thinkers 50 radar, has been recognized as #1 global thought leader on culture by Thinkers 360, and is one of the #1 global leading coach, Marshall Goldsmith Thinkers 50. Oleg is the author of LEADEROLOGY, Corporate Superpower, Organizational Anatomy, and Hidden Russia. His latest book, The Vision Code, is expected to be published in January by Wiley. Welcome to the show, Dr. Oleg.
Thank you very much. Ahmed, it's a great honor to chat today. Thank you. I love talking about serious things.
Yes.
Thank you.
It's my pleasure to join you in this special year. As we were discussing, this year is a special year for you. You have found something great, which is the vision, and it's a journey for you. You started with your program, with your book. So a lot of events going on, and there is a lot of people who are enthusiastic about this. They have already joined you in this trip, whether in the coaching program or waiting for your book. So it'd be very nice to have this kind of conversation in this time. So thank you for accepting the invitation.
Thank you.
Firstly, I would like to know, as I just mentioned, you have a long career. As you mentioned in your introduction of your book, The Vision Code, that you have been thinking for 24 years for some questions that came across your mind. And you have authored a lot of books, and you have worked as a mentor for MBA students, and you have worked in corporate culture diagnosis and all of these great projects. So I want to know what's motivating you to do all of this kind of diverse work and output.
That's interesting because, yes, I've been looking for some answers for more than 20 years. And I've been talking with different people. I've been trying to find some solutions myself. I have interviewed a number of people. I'm blessed to be in one room with global visionaries and having a chance to discuss something in depth with them. But what I have found, we know very little about organizations. We know very little about real leadership. We know really not much about management. And what happens? For instance, if we talk about vision, this is for the first time I managed to break it into clear algorithm. It's never been done before, because we've been taking vision as some kind of a gift. Okay, this person is gifted, he or she has a vision, and what vision is? Oh, come on, he can't predict the future. No, it's not about predicting. It's about creating. Think for a moment, what's the difference between futurist and visionary? Futurist sells fear. He says, oh, guys, within 5 years, it would be so horrible. AI will control us. They're just making money on people's fear. It's the easiest thing to sell. They don't have any responsibilities. They create nothing. They're just scaring people. But visionary is saying, okay, here's a problem, which I want to solve. Whatever it would take, a year, 2 or 3 or 5, I will solve this problem. And they're creating the solution and offering it to the world. And that's a huge difference. So it's an algorithm of focused thinking. Think for a moment how we could define and structure love? No chance. But if somebody will think deep about this, it will be some answer. Therefore, I'm taking a risk to jump into finding solutions to very different and difficult problems. But I'm not looking into the problems themselves, I'm looking into solutions. And that makes a difference. I'm very keen about solutions. I'm not about selling problems. There are millions of people who sell problems.
So what's the main problem that you think that you are looking for a solution for? What's the main thing?
First of all, think what is leadership is about. It's not about pleasing people. It's not about handling today cases. It's about defining future and leading people there into that prosperous future. That demands very different set of skills. It's not about only a leader's behavior, but it's about leaders' attitude and clear vision where they lead people. I don't need leader who is pleasing me. I need leader who is maybe tough on me, but he gets me into that future where I will live better, I will be a better person, and I will be happier. That's a huge difference. This is about showing direction and making that direction. That's a huge difference. How much we talk about this? Very little. We're looking mainly into the past. We look a little bit around us, being here at present. How far we're looking into the future? Very little. We're afraid of it. Why are we afraid of it? Because we don't know what it will bring. We are not creating it. But leadership is about creating that future. People entrusting you a leadership position for you to define that future. That's a huge difference.
Great. And I think you reached a formula or something that you are offering into your visionary coaching program. I think you named it as Caviar. Can you give us a flavor from this Caviar?
It's delicious. And I'll tell you, it's delicious. It's simple and delicious, yet not easy. I was looking for, you see, I came from the fishing industry background, and what I just only appreciate if any concept has real practical application. Imagine passengers on a fishing trawler. It doesn't work. It must be very, very practical. And therefore I came with this, the greatest challenge for me was to find not just what vision is and how to create it, but how to turn it into practical algorithm or practical business tool. And Caviar came as this practical business tool because we need C as clarity of creation, because a vision comes when your conscious awareness of a problem you want to solve reaches its peak. Then we have A, your ability. It's about handling vision, which is greater than you, me, or any organization. It's huge. This particular morning, it was a session with my client, and it was that moment when the vision was finalized. It's great CEO woman, and she sat, and I said, okay, take a minute, take 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever you need, just like saying, because she said, look, I'm afraid of it. This is huge, and it was so powerful because when you really have it, you realize it. And then I just asked, you remember our conversation that you must grow as a leader. Now I realize, yes, I will do my best. It's very important because your ability to manage it stands on a courage to think differently. You can't manage huge things with a really rigid pattern thinking. You must be really great learner. And learning is not only about reading books or, scrolling internet. No, it's about being streetwise, book-wise, nature-wise, because you must be quick in thinking. Yes, you must read the book. You must be good with people, and you must understand the world around you. In my view, reading is important, for instance. Yeah, cool. But meeting new people and learning from them, even more important. And of course, you must define your inner excellence, because think leadership is not a physical work, it's psychological work. So you must grow all the time. It's about being better. You can't be ideal, you can't be perfect, but about being better, it's a norm. And of course, it's about another C, it's confidence and credibility. What's about confidence? I'm confident leader when I know that I deliver my promises. And of course, my credibility or trust to me gives that magnitude to my vision and to everything what I do. And of course, it's about it's knowledge bank. There are no such things as standalone visionaries. It's about teams, because all people should contribute to that vision to grow it bigger. And therefore, you need a team of contributors to make that vision really, really multidimensional, colorful, exciting and valuable for everyone. It's not about just one person is a visionary and the rest of the team, they don't know what he or she does. Nothing. And of course, V, it's about viability. Vision is so pragmatic. What's the difference between vision and illusion? Vision is pragmatic. It's real. It's functional. It's executable. Illusion is a nonsense. You can't do anything with that. So I have this very specific vision viability test. You should run through different things, like it's about what's about stimulus, what's about scale, what's about simplicity, what's about spotlights, what's about passion. Just running like 6 criteria how to check the vision to make it really not just stand out, but to stand firmly on the ground, but being scalable and growing. And of course, it's important about I, because its influence stands on great communication and sharing of vision. And of course, we're getting to acting or execution. Because without strong, focused execution, you can't achieve much. You can't execute your vision. If you don't have focus, your vision would lose an alignment, or execution would lose an alignment with vision. You would end up looking at the bottom lines, but your vision will disappear. But why people invest in vision? Why people trust into some kind of startup or a big company? They're putting money in, they're putting their effort in, because they believe in the promise that something would be better in a certain future. But if at the end of the year, leaders, executives, showing only the bottom lines, but the vision itself disappeared, so their promise disappeared, they would be judged against not delivered promise. It's about metrics of execution. It's not about KPIs, but about metrics, what I have promised and what has been delivered. And of course, it's about revitalizing, because life is changing, you achieved something, and you could see more opportunities for your vision to be revised, made stronger, made bigger. So what I'm always saying, it's like every chapter of a good movie or every chapter of a good book have a good sign at the end, to be continued. This is something, because vision doesn't accept the dead end. Its goal has a clear, for instance, we must reach certain parameters or performance by the day X, right? And this is like a fixed term. After that, we will be revising goal and saying, okay, we don't need that. It's done. I want to lose another 3 kilos of weight. I have lost them. I'm happy. My goal achieved. But it's not a vision. Vision should be revised, revitalized, and so grown bigger. And this is a process. And what I have found is fascinating through this journey, talking with people from across the globe, brilliant minds, brilliant visionaries. I've been looking in from a particular angle. I've been trying to open a window in a way how they think and act. Something very special they have. And they have a brilliant 15 traits. And what I have found, the vast majority of modern leaders have at least 3, 4, 5, 6 traits. And the rest of those traits can be developed. They just never been trained to do so, never been coached. And therefore, they're still taking a visionary traits as some kind of a blessing. But it's not. It's a matter of self-development, of learning, and taking different mentality. I never seen, we both know Marshall Goldsmith. Have we ever seen Marshall Goldsmith hanging around with a mobile phone? Never. He is using his mind purely for thinking, right? And that's a huge thing. But I'm confident, 100%, that you've seen a lot of CEOs juggling around airports with their phones always on. They hardly talk to people around even when they're showing their tickets. They're just on a phone. When they're using their brain, tell me. They're using their mouse, but they're not using their brain. And it's a huge difference, for instance. And just a simple example. So it's phenomenal. And this tool been tested in the companies in the US, in Canada, in South Africa, in Switzerland, in Russia, in France, and the UK. And it works brilliantly well. And I'm proud that I'm creating visionaries across the globe. Ooh, that's a blessing, you know.
Great. Yeah.
And yeah, of course, I have brilliant people from across the globe: Saudi Arabia, India, US, Brazil, Germany, France, UK, Switzerland, Malaysia, Japan, coming on the course. And the people are amazing. And I will tell you the truth. If they came on a course, they're really courageous and they're really great as visionaries. They just need a little bit of help. And I'm learning a ton from them. Because every individual in this sense who is setting himself for such a journey is already something incredible. It's terrific. Just like you're seeing people, when over a few days, they're creating something, some kind of a miracle. They will take it to the world and they would make a difference. Somebody about making their country green. Somebody about to make a difference in the network. Somebody about to create more visionaries. It's different pictures. That's amazing. So what modern leader could have as the most powerful tool? Vision. It's a main thing why the best leaders are praised. Can you tell me? Think, Ahmed, for all the years when we're looking at the great leaders in our history, we know for a fact that not all of them are the best personalities, but we're praising them for their visions, what they have done for people and what they have achieved, and what the next generation got from them and took it further. And this is brilliant. That's the most powerful tool we could have these days.
Definitely, I cannot summarize all what you have said. You have said a lot, but what I can say is that what I understand is that when you are following the Caviar process, actually you are creating new reality.
Absolutely. You're creating new multi-dimensional reality, like a new little planet, and you're inviting people to live in it. And the process itself, it's like what I'm always saying. Life is not a place we live, but a path we take. You're taking a different path, which leads you to that new space where people want to be, and they're happy to be.
Great. And you think the Caviar process, is it better done by the owner alone or the top executive alone, or it has to be a shared vision and people has to contribute? And to which extent? So manager level, employee level, how is it done in real life?
It's for the knowledge workers. So more or less for people who generating expertise and creating value through their knowledge. Because you don't need to have vision at the workshop level. You're doing your job from 8 to 5, you just like routinely. Yet, you still need to have a vision for your personal life, to live a happy family life. If you don't see your partner or living together happily, you're living a social exchange formula, which is not fair, which is not good. But in a good sense, of course, the top leaders, they must have vision, but they must share it with people to have that energy. But if they have a strong vision itself is the strongest magnet, because people are attached to it, because they believe in it and they contribute to it. Vision must be shared. vision is a collective property, which is not just used by, but it's grown by receiving contribution from everyone. That's a big thing. Which makes people proud for being part of it. We all love listening stories, but what we love more, we love being a valuable part of that story. And being part of that story of a vision creation, of a certain vision creation, is a great thing for anyone.
True. I like this, being part of a story. This is very influential, and it can be very motivating and very, as you said, contributive. People will be more able to contribute. And as you said, it's for knowledgeable workers, so not anyone. So this is important as well. Great. I like this one. I would mention a quote now. You mentioned in your intro book.
Okay.
We are brought into this world as creators. Creators, yes. I hope that you added as creators of something bigger or a reality, whatever, but you didn't. You said we are brought into this world as creators, and whether we fulfill our purpose or not entirely depends on our ability to craft a vision and inspire others to share in it. So I think you have covered everything except so far the purpose. So it seems that the vision is serving a bigger purpose. So can you share with us your view about this purpose that vision is serving?
When you have vision, it's huge. Your purpose to be valuable, but your vision covers it all and make it meaningful. Your purpose is to be, for instance, a great father, but your obligation to create your vision and help your kids to live meaningful life, to show by showing them how to create their vision. You know, if you don't have a vision for how you would raise your kids or you would grow your company, you would not fulfill your purpose. You want to live, my purpose to have a happy family, but if you don't know how to do it, you will end up nowhere.
True, definitely.
I could predict your question. It's about, don't get me wrong, it's about mission statements. This is a very funny thing because people believe that they could write down a couple of sentences, put them on a wall, and people would believe in it. But it's dead static. It's just a promise. It's not a space where people want to be. Would you like to live in a statement? Would you be judged against the statement? No. It's very different.
Now, this is very nice. Vision is a space where people want to be. I like this one.
Vision is aspiration for the future, which we strive to make a reality today, because we know we want to be there in that, and we're creating it.
Great. Let me end this nice conversation with something that is dear for you. I know that when writers write a book, they pass through psychological ups.
Oh, yeah.
Not down, ups, only ups.
Oh, believe me, downs as well. Because there are moments when you think, hey, something is wrong. And you start digging again, you're talking to more people, you're getting more data, you're analyzing it, and you're looking from different angles. And those moments there could be quite tough.
Yeah. Overwhelming situations, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. So let's focus on the positive experiences that you passed during writing the book. I guess that there is one line or one paragraph that you still remember, even without reading the book several times, but still there is one thing, one sentence, one paragraph that when you write it, you felt that this is you, or you felt that this is something that you have never even think about before, but you just realize it. It came to you. And it's very important. Is there something in your mind like this?
Yeah. And, you know, one of the last sentences or paragraph of the book I actually put into the manuscript about 2 or 3 weeks after finishing the whole text. It was the last bit, but I believe it was important to put that don't allow anyone to silence your vision. Because it's about you creating something, even if no one believes in it at that stage. But when you create it, all people will be around you. They will say, oh, yeah, great. You have done great. It's very important. I was shocked with statistics which I have found through my research, that less than 0.1% of modern leaders have vision. Therefore, I call it leadership blindness. But that's statistics. But what are you getting out of it? If you go through the whole journey, if you create a huge vision, don't allow anyone to silence it. Regardless, whether you just done it being young or being old, whether you're a woman or a man, doesn't matter. That's your biggest. If what I'm saying, you must be the greatest defender or a warrior of your vision, because this is your greatest asset in your life. That is all about.
Great. I like it. The vision is your greatest asset in life. Yes. So you have to defend it, because this is your way to grow in the end.
Yes.
Great. Thank you very much, Dr. Oleg. It was very inspiring talk. I really learned a lot, and I hope listeners as well get the benefit out of it. And thank you very much for all the insight.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Ahmed.